Welcome. As soon as Chris joins, we're starting. There you go. It's South Park. Maybe they had time to tweak and fix everything that was wrong with the first one, hopefully. Great.
What's up?
Welcome. Oh, before we start, we're going to make an announcement about Adrian. He said he bought Wolfenstein 2 and Evil Within 2. That's interesting.
Nice.
Did he play the first Evil Within? I mean, he's breaking his rule.
What's his rule? Oh, I'm like that too.
Breaks. He has a hard time wanting to start a Final Fantasy.
Huh. But with Final Fantasy, isn't it like each game is pretty much its own entity?
That is correct. And at this point, Assassin's Creed is also that as well.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay, well, welcome to episode 63, everybody. Party Chat Edition 2. This is Vaughn.
Yay.
That's EA. And that's the A2. So, this is our pre-Game of the Year show. So, maybe one more before Game of the Year. Haven't made a decision yet, but that's coming up fast. The last one was October, I believe.
And pretty much the world's gone to shit since then.
This year's gone to shit pretty much since you know who got power. But regardless,
well, I'm just saying, the amount of shit that's happened since the last episode has been insane.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Where do we want to start with first? Let's see. I'm just going to pull the app up. Right now I'm playing Battlefront 2.
I would like to be playing that, but it's installing.
I saw you playing it.
Yeah.
Fun times. I like it.
I've never really seen a game take this long.
We'll go into that with the news.
Oh, yeah.
Evil Within 2. Some of it. If I was only going by the one playthrough, it's pretty good. It's good Resident Evil style third-person shooter. The second one's story is more straightforward. There's still some weird stuff, some inconsistencies, but the grand scheme of it, it's pretty like straightforward. I would have liked to have played Wolfenstein 2, but it's still sitting in my system. I started Assassin's Creed Origins. Played Gran Turismo Sport.
What do you think of that?
I enjoy it. I enjoyed, I think 5 and 6. Not in the sense of the word enjoyment, as in I want to play it constantly. I like to see those games. It's Forza 7 came out not too long ago as well, and it compares to that in the same sense. It's a racing game, but
Right. They're both visual showcases.
Right. Forza is. I had an analogy the other day describing the two. Forza is the Windows, and Gran Turismo is the Apple of the racing genre. In that sense, I'm saying Forza reiterates on itself and adds a couple new things, and it's more arcadey. Just how Windows kind of every new iteration comes out, it's generally the same thing. They just kind of change the look of it a bit. Gran Turismo is very medical, very clean. Elevator music playing in every menu.
Yeah.
Like Apple just kind of sticks to the same thing.
Every detail is thought through.
Right.
Intentional, yeah.
So, and there's different fans for each of those too. So it's you either like the arcadey, crazy getting stuff all the time with Forza, or Gran Turismo where you friggin' have to work for everything.
Well,
it's good,
I would
though.
almost say that would be talking more about Forza Horizon.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like the motorsport section of the games is very much like Gran Turismo. It's punishing for those people who just play Horizon.
With 7, they've taken a little bit of, from what I've read and videos and reviews that I've read on that one, Forza, they've added a little more arcadiness to it, like loot boxes and that type of thing with it to kind of kidify it, I guess. Take it away from the Elliots of the world. Even though Elliot plays both Horizon and the numbered ones, but regardless, fuck that guy. I don't work there anymore. I don't give a shit. What else have I been playing? Just a bunch of trophy stuff. Nothing of note. Lots of stuff that I need to play, but I don't know if I'll get to this year, which is sad because I've never had that happen. Never had that happen to me before.
Oh, okay.
That's racist.
The Imperials plan to cut a path right through us. Our blockade runners can bar their way
Oh.
South Park.
if we protect them.
And Mario. I think we've all been playing.
Yeah. Cool.
I also finished Mario. As in main story.
Your nav computer must be on the fritz. Battle's this way. Get back over here.
I pretty much kicked around in the spot that they put you in right after you beat the game. I'm not going to spoil it because I don't know if how much is done after beating it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, spoilers for beating Mario Odyssey. Right after you beat the game, you're put in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yep.
Okay, so I've mainly been there.
Nostalgia overload.
Yeah. And I went to the moon and I started doing that stuff, and then I got sidetracked and had to start doing something else, so I haven't gone back.
Eyes on the crash.
So are you just saying like the sheer number of moons that there are, or just the actual content?
That hurts our chances.
Only one blockade runner left.
I guess the sheer number of moons would be stupid as well.
I just blew up my droid.
Yeah. Sorry.
I think you can buy most of them. It just takes. Yeah, I think it's totally dependent on the amount of work you want to put in to get the coins required for it. But I believe the more you buy, the less in the world are populated. So they just start taking from the ones that you haven't found yet. I don't think there's a set amount.
Get me a target. Failed. Protect that ship.
I don't know, I'll have to look into that more. But yeah, I thought you could just constantly buy them. Regardless.
With Mario, I was really surprised at. I felt like I spent most of the game thinking, wow, this is a very easy Mario game. All the way up until it ended. And then I did some of the stuff in the Mushroom Kingdom and just afterwards. And it was very much, welcome to Mario. This is where it gets difficult. So it seemed like they made it accessible all the way up to getting that first ending. And then cranked it up for the people who wanted to stick around.
I can see that. There's also, more so in this game than any other Mario game, just places where you don't think you can reach, but you actually can, and then there's actually stuff there for you to find.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a lot of other Mario games, it's pretty much you're walled off, or you just don't have the means to get to that spot. Whereas this, they give you so many tools at your disposal that you can kind of jerry-rig yourself to get up to that with caffeine.
Looks like they started without us.
Anyone playing anything else of note?
Trust the force. Those TIE bombers must not be.
So I feel like I have a lot.
Okay.
That feels like a lot.
They've eliminated one of our mines.
Just add this stuff. Okay, so obviously started Assassin's Creed Origins. Love the game. I'm taking my time with it.
Their TIE bombers are
Enjoyable.
Red, Yeah, Redbox to Call of Duty World War II.
I gotta play that
do
too.
the campaign.
Fuck my ass.
Yeah. I got through the campaign in about a day. That one. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, it was short, but you know, it was short but sweet. I didn't touch any of the other game modes, mostly because it was launch weekend and multiplayer was unusable. And I don't really give a shit about zombies. I beat Super Hot VR on hardcore mode.
There you go.
Which was ridiculously intense. Played through Journey twice because I had my classes play through it in its entirety.
Were you connected to the internet?
No.
Nice work.
Was not. Yeah, I mean, it worked out.
See you later, buckethead.
Been playing some Rec Room VR lately because that started this weekend. I'm in love with that. That's a lot of fun. That's so much fun.
Blast those bombers.
And then
Have that I didn't start yet.
It was an honor to fly with you.
yeah, it's easy to get really sidetracked in that one. I mean, I played charades for over an hour, and I haven't laughed that hard in a very long time. Started Skyrim VR,
Target destroyed.
which I know is just gonna. I know.
The galaxy.
Sorry, my window was open. My bad, let me shut it.
It's fantastic. I mean, it's Skyrim in VR. I mean, what can you expect?
That's a serious
Let me
upset.
take that statement.
Another mine
Take the
destroyed.
word fantastic out of it,
Not coming back.
and tell me what makes the VR good in it.
The Imperials don't have many
I think
ships
that
left.
it. I mean,
End this now. Finish them off.
it's what doesn't make it good. From the very first second that game starts.
I'll tell you what doesn't make that good.
Oh,
But continue. Being that guy.
no, what?
Today marks a major
the word
victory
Skyrim.
for the Alliance.
Fuck off. It feels like playing the game for the first time. It feels that new. I know. I own it on every console I own except one at this point.
Does it
But-
do the Resident Evil thing where your hands are disembodied, or is it? Are you like a full
actually-
character?
It's actually kind of weird. Your hands are disembodied,
Uh-huh.
but if you don't have any weapons equipped or they're holstered, your hands are move controllers. And then, yeah, but when you only see your hands when you are equipped with unarmed weapons. So when it's just your fists, that's when you actually see your hands.
Interesting.
But
Now,
like when you've got like your weapons out, you just see your weapons and things like that.
now, if there's like an axe on the ground and can you use the move controller to pick it up and then it's an equipped thing, or do you still have to go in your inventory and equip it and then it shows up?
That one, second one.
Second one? That's unfortunate.
Yeah. It's a couple things are unfortunate about that game. Like, you know, one of the things on Switch that they have is you can use the Joy-Cons to lockpick and motion control and everything.
Mhm.
That's not the case in Skyrim VR.
Interesting.
Which feels like a really missed opportunity. But combat is a lot easier in that because you're not restricted to the animation of like swinging your sword because
Mhm.
it's all you're doing it yourself. And then if you've got magic, you can aim anywhere and shoot out magic, which you can't do with a controller. It's one of the games that I've played for long stretches, but I do notice I more walk a fine line with motion sickness in this one.
Really?
But I think that's because, like, the world itself is so up and down geographically.
Okay.
There's a lot of jumping around, and I don't do well with heights in real life, and this game isn't helping with that.
Mm.
But I'm really enjoying that. And then I bought an Xbox One X
Gross.
the day it came out. Of course.
I thought you were.
Of course.
I thought you said you weren't.
Yeah.
You're a
And then I realized
phony.
with, like, trade-in.
You're
Yeah,
a
and then I realized
phony.
with trade-ins, I could get a really good deal on it. And I bought it, and I really enjoy it.
It hasn't
I've been
broken yet.
dicking around on Minecraft with that. It hasn't what?
Has it bricked on you or anything like that?
No, it's been fine.
That's good.
And then on Black Friday, I bought, technically on Thanksgiving, I bought a Switch. And I have Mario and Zelda on that. Yeah. And I'm completely in love with the Switch. And eventually I'll have Skyrim on Switch as well. Just to piss off Mom. You know, I bought a Skyrim shirt from GameStop purely for the podcast. So the next time we have one, I can wear
Now you're just getting cruel. So I'm gonna have to up my hatred game.
Right?
Um,
But, so that's where I'm at.
you're probably gonna be the only one that has an Xbox One X. What do you think of it so far?
Probably. I really like it. I love the look of it. I absolutely hated my Xbox One S. Based on looks. Because everything is color coordinated in my entertainment center. And basically all of it's black. And then the Xbox One S was sitting there white. And it annoyed me. So I love the look of the One X. And right when I got it, I downloaded the early trial for Battlefront 2 and booted that up and started playing on it, and it looks amazing. I even booted up some games that I had played before on the 1S, and I'm completely blown away by how things look. Even like the older games, like they've got 360 games that are Xbox One X enhanced now. I started just to see what it is. I've got all the achievements in it, but I booted up Oblivion and did the opening hour of Oblivion, and it felt like a remaster, even though they hadn't touched it. All they did was up the resolution and some other things. So that's really promising for that.
Do you think it's worth the money?
I think so. Mainly because I'm very curious to see where they go with it. Because I know that they say everything's gonna be, you know, stay one family, but I feel like they're gonna do special shit for the Xbox One X. They have to. You don't have a console that's twice as powerful as its nearest competitor and then don't use it to its full advantage.
Oh, there will be exclusives for that. No doubt.
Right. And
It's just a matter of
marketing-wise, they
time.
have to say it right now to try and get people on board with it. And then, you know, people feel like that they did that with the PS4 Pro by allowing boost mode and everything like that. And then, you know, certain games have, like, basically only function on a PS4 Pro. And, you know, people get pissy about that, but it's like, you know what, just, you have to do it.
Right, we haven't seen any pro exclusive games though, so
Right. But some games very hands down run better on the Pro.
yeah. I think
But with boost mode, they do.
I think we'll see the Xbox One X take that leap before Sony does.
Especially because they've got the power to really justify it.
Right. The Pro isn't isn't the power leap to have a game that only works on that.
Republic fighters attempt to disable our tractor beams. Intercept. Republic
I was
cruiser
just-
It has been excited.
critical damage.
Yeah.
Continue fire.
I would say
Enemy bombers.
it'll either
breaking
happen
through.
once the
Intercept.
new PlayStation is announced, or if sales for the One X aren't meeting their desires.
Well, and it seems like they've already way surpassed what they thought it would be.
Right.
I don't know. I'm really hoping that we are good for about 3-ish plus
Detecting
years
damage.
on the whole console
Tractor beams
cycle before Sony makes a move.
Republic cruiser.
Yeah, it's tough. I'd say 2020. Maybe
That's fair.
maybe even 19 if the Xbox One X takes off.
I just don't want Sony to panic and rush it with the 5.
Yeah. At the moment, they don't have anything to worry about. Not. There's just they have all their first-party stuff.
Tractor
And
beams
even
destroyed.
as it is now,
Continue
I mean,
general
they're
defense.
so far ahead in sales. Xbox One X isn't gonna close this gap soon. Not at this price point.
No. They also have the added benefit of once the next quote-unquote generation starts, they'll already have numbers to tout, like they'll just say the Xbox One X is blah 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 in sales.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, at least now they just need to populate that system with wild titles.
Yeah.
Just unfortunate they're getting quite the buzz.
One thing I did notice that I want to bring up. Somebody said, or somebody noticed, you know, they have the list of Xbox One X enhanced titles and everything like that. One of the games had listed HDR exclusive, and people are really hoping that that's not meaning that Xbox and PlayStation are going to start competing over who gets exclusive enhanced benefits on their console.
Republic bombers
I guess
detected.
at this point,
Eliminate
that's the
immediately.
only thing you can really do. Or that's one more thing you can add to the box, saying that the competitor doesn't have.
Which is bad for the consumer.
It's stupid. Well, that's something like
Critical threat
it's like saying
detected. Incoming
HD
enemy
exclusive,
capital
like-
ships. Venator class.
you only get this game in HD on this system. It's like come on, it's like a standard.
480p for everybody else.
Want your games to look like the Wii? Buy our system.
Ouch.
I don't know. I could see it happening. It's just it's one of those things that it's like, why even fight over that type of thing? It's not like content. It's just the way something looks.
Warning.
Plus, if you get a TV that's
Bombers
HDR
are firing
compatible,
on
it'll
our
just
forces.
friggin' scale it anyway. So the people that are going to notice the difference for that are going to be the people that have the
Our
system
communication
and
array
throw that in
is
other people's
disabled.
face.
Our ability to call
Yeah.
reinforcements
The
will
mass
be
populace
hindered.
isn't going to care about HDR exclusive stuff.
Right.
This industry is weird.
So speaking of this industry, are we gonna talk about Battlefront?
Sure, we can knock that out. It'll probably take up a big portion.
Probably.
I'm gonna save my thoughts for last because my hatred runs deep on the dark side.
Alright. I think the handling of it has been extraordinarily poor.
I'd say on both sides, but yes, I agree.
All cruisers destroyed.
Well,
Communications
you know how
array
the
critical.
public gets.
Destruction imminent.
You know, they grab their pitchforks and everything like that.
Yes, and
Mob mentality.
but I would also say that it doesn't justify it. But yes,
No,
it is mob
Not at
mentality.
all. I understand
Enemy bombers destroyed.
that there's a need to make your game profitable. And these companies are sitting here after seeing them releasing their, profits over the last year and hearing all the conference calls and everything like that. Microtransactions are making up about, 48% of these companies' sales for the year.
Communications array destroyed.
You've got to capitalize on that.
Deterioration of events
And
continues.
I don't, there's conflicting stories on whether or not it's the publisher that's pushing these and creating these microtransactions, or if it's the developer themselves putting it in, because depending on who you ask, they have different answers.
Right.
I understand that there's a need to be profitable, but at what expense? At what cost? The requirements that they had on Battlefront was asinine to me. The length of time that it required to earn things originally.
Yeah.
And especially when they put it together and added it up on how long it would take to get everything in the game. It's just not realistic.
There is no room for failure.
Right.
And it's very clearly pushing people to spend money. Of which so much money would need to be spent to, get anything worthwhile. They needed to communicate better. Their attempts were very poor, from what I was following. Their AMA on Reddit was a shit show.
Alert. Control tower disabled. Reactor exposed. Urgent.
Yeah, and people went in guns blazing, but they didn't handle it on their end well either. They would have been better off not even doing it at all. The biggest thing that turned me against them in this whole situation was removing the refund option on Origin and forcing people to call in. And making it more difficult for people, trying to get people to just say, well, fuck it, I just won't deal with it. That was notoriously shitty.
Alert. Enemy bombers have initiated their attack run.
I think they're taking the right steps.
Blast doors
I'm waiting to see.
Continue control
I redboxed this game for tonight, just to play it during the podcast.
Respectable shot.
I'm waiting to see if they end up just keeping the removal of microtransactions out permanently or switch them to purely cosmetic items before I decide if I'm going to spend money on this. But I think that this is, much like what's going on with the whole sexual harassment stuff, this is starting a conversation. And people are like, you know what, we're over this. We're sick of being nickeled and dimed, because now Destiny's completely under fire with everything.
Yep.
And it's forcing developers and publishers to speak out about their thoughts, and I think this is creating a conversation that's needed to happen for the past couple of years.
Looks like the last job.
Because you finally have attacked something that people love so much. And they're
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that a game that plays well had this shit show from the beginning. I think the proportions that are getting blown by gamers are gross and disgusting. Yes, we should attacking the developers, like attacking the developers and just the memes, and I know that's isolated the people that are on the internet as often as we are, but it's just the vitriol of everything towards the game when the game at its core is not bad at all. Like, the progression needs to be worked on, but you could say the same thing about the first Battlefront. Like, the unlocks for the first one were garbage. And then they started adding the Jabba the Hutt bombs, the different maps and stuff together. This is an online game. It's going to constantly be changing. They're going to constantly add new stuff. They announced there's no season pass for it, so that extra revenue had to come from somewhere. And I'm not saying loot boxes justify being in there, but according to some reports, there was some sort of cosmetic option that was going to be in the game, and Disney axed it.
Immediate withdrawal required.
So
again, that Disney was the one that pushed for progression-based loot boxes.
Right. If that's true 100%, we'll never know unless someone comes out and says it. But we also need
Disney's going to want to save face.
Yeah, especially with the new movie coming out here soon. So,
right.
Once the new movie comes out, maybe. If we're assuming that there was a season pass for this game, I would have to say probably not to the extent that the game would have launched with. In that sense, there probably would have been loot boxes, but the progression would have been a lot more, a lot similar to the first one. What was I saying? Oh, we need to also remember that anything anything Star Wars related had to get passed through Disney anyway. So, at the end of it, Disney okayed everything for the launch of this game.
Right.
So, you need to pass some of that blame from EA. People have an innate hate for EA.
Still has some teeth, eh?
For online passes.
It should disable the battery.
Brace yourselves, everyone.
Yeah.
Right.
So there was already bad blood to begin with. So this was just a way for people to latch onto something and rip them apart. Now, the extent of the loot boxes is shitty, but it's not shitty in the sense that it made you feel like you had to buy them.
Our fighters have arrived. Keep the first order from
If you're, well, let me throw this out here. Do you guys feel that loot boxes are a form of gambling?
I was waiting for that. I do.
Trash those generators.
Why do you, and why don't?
I do in a sense that this is a medium targeted at children. And
Gaming, you're saying?
You have to be stricter. Yes. You have to look at it with a stricter lens because children are the primary target. And you're creating a culture that these children are going to learn and grow up with, essentially. And they're very much targeting a gambling mentality with these loot boxes. You know, people who have gambling addictions, these loot boxes can destroy them.
Ship down.
You know, they're talking. There's people that spend $10,000-15,000 on these loot boxes because of that gambling mentality.
Looks like they're just waiting for us.
It just triggers that part of your brain because of the way that they do it. The way that, you know, when you buy a loot box, you don't know what you're getting, and you reveal it, and then, oh, well, I didn't get what I needed, but, you know, I still have this much chance to get one, let's get another. Less so, because if you don't get what you want, you can trade with somebody to get what you want. You might end up with a card that somebody else wants. Here, you end up with what you get in the game. You can't trade with anybody else. You can't barter to get what you want and cut a deal with anybody.
At least not yet.
At least not yet. Right. To me, these hatchlings things that are really popular this holiday, that's gambling. Yeah, to me that's very much the same idea, that's gambling.
Get in there.
At least in a
what
broad...
you get depends on if you spend more money.
In a broad sense, yes. I would agree with. I'm in the middle with... I haven't decided what yet. Because, yes, it no, you go.
Target the transports. Don't let them escape.
I'm gone.
Troop transports making a run for it.
I would agree with you there, but you know, the only way that to me that it's not gambling is knowing when you put your money down, you're spending this much money, this is what you're getting. And to me, I really don't give a shit about those people. Because this whole idea of these mobile game tactics ending up in a full-priced game, to me, is ridiculous. If I spend $60 full retail price on a game, I shouldn't have to spend an additional dime on anything other than an expansion DLC. Something like, you know, that's normally inside of the season pass. Like the Frozen Wilds. Curse of the Osiris for DLC.
Leaving the hangar.
No, characters that aren't in the original game that get added later on.
That will undermine our efforts.
Because you still unlock them through... See, we had this kind of progression for years before this came along. You unlock it through gameplay, and there's no shortcuts. If you can't unlock it through gameplay, you don't earn it. And then they'll add characters later on that you can pay extra money for, but they weren't there in the original game. The progression is they're locked behind gameplay.
They've got you in their sight.
first order transports away. That will cost us.
Can't pull up!
A lot of it's that.
I think
yeah.
it's the fact that it's Star Wars is finally what broke the final straw. Because this has been a conversation for a long time.
Keep going.
All units retreat. This battle's getting more costly than we can handle.
Which was fixed before it launched.
But it still required 1,100 hours to get every single thing in the game.
Right, that's my argument. Like, what progression do you want then? Like, do you want to just have everything all at once and then have someone play it for
No, but
a day
1,100
and then throw it away?
hours? That's excessive. I don't know, because I don't play Call of Duty. But all I know is 1,100 hours is over twice as much time as I had in Destiny 1 in its entirety for over 3 years. And that, again, and for all the content in Destiny 1, that's over twice the amount of time. And that's disgusting to me, because I know how much of my life was consumed by Destiny 1. And I have to put it into context, yeah, I need to spend twice that amount of time to get everything in Battlefront 2.
These
And
numbers are
just
also
absolutely
not set in stone. Like, that was just a spreadsheet calculation. But, yes, again, it comes back to it being a multiplayer game. Progression needs to be fixed. And that would have been fixed in time anyway. It's... I don't feel like games are tailored towards kids anymore nowadays. I feel they're tailored more towards late teens, between like probably 18, 19 to 35. I think that's the range of most gamers nowadays, from what I read not too long ago. But it's a fine line. Like, how much do you bank on putting that stuff behind progression, and how much is locked behind the loot boxes? Do I feel that the system that they had in place could have worked had the progression been better? Would the amount of time to unlock everything made it better if it was lower and they saw the loot boxes?
Enemy fighters are getting through. Intercept them.
I probably...
Are you more upset that it would have taken forever to unlock everything, or are you upset about the loot boxes? Because I think people are getting what they hate about this game mixed up.
I think it was the fact that it felt like they made everything take so long to get, to force you into a situation where you had to buy loot boxes if you wanted something.
Pull it together or they'll have you. Target neutralized.
Right.
Got him.
Right. Not everyone is going to unlock everything in the game.
Target down.
Do they need to tailor it towards everybody? Are they going to assume that every single player wants to unlock every single thing in the game? I'm not saying you should make it so difficult that not everyone is able to do that, But with a multiplayer game like Call of Duty, if you want one specific gun to be golden, you're going to be putting in the time to get that.
Mm-hmm.
Enemy detected. Ready to attack. Too much damage. Nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Crash imminent.
Right, Call of Duty's had loot boxes for years.
Traitor let this happen.
Yeah.
Knocked out the power
Yeah.
door laser. Retaliate. Seek retribution.
What made... Is it because EA is behind this? Was that more fuel to the fire?
Probably. Probably, very honestly, yes.
I
also don't think the whole news about Visceral Studios and Amy Hennig's Star Wars game helped the matter.
If our transports break free, those
Because it very much
they were...
feels like EA is squandering the license. Because in 4 years of owning the license, we've got 2 games to show for it.
lost the fighter.
A closed studio, a cancelled game, and that's it.
Yeah. That's more of a... That's its own entity, really, though. But yeah, I could see that being a negative blemish on EA's case. Now, with the loot boxes, I haven't seen the need to want to buy them.
Shaking them. Done.
But again, that falls upon the situation of they need to dole out the credits that you earn in this game at a faster rate. Like on average, I'm getting like 200 in-game currency every match. And that's not even based on skill.
Right. And I think that was another thing that pissed people off. Is the credits you earn isn't even based on how well you do. It's simply the amount of time you spent in the match.
And that is something you can legit be upset with.
Escort our troop transport
That,
to safety.
yes, I will agree that that needs to be fixed. And again, it is a multiplayer game, so that will be addressed. That is something that can be tweaked. I fall into the camp of, if you don't want the loot boxes, don't buy them. Like, if you're an adult, don't buy them. If you have a gambling problem, get help. If you have a smoking problem, get help. It's easier said than done, I understand that. But this is the real world. Like, we can't tailor everything to everybody. We can try to make it easier for people. We can make the game rated M so only adults have access to it, but that's still not going to stop some little Timmy telling his mom or dad that they want this for Christmas and they buy it anyway and then buy a bunch of loot boxes not knowing what it does. Like, M ratings don't stop anything other than not getting retail and things fired. So, if you're going to regulate it in that sense, that's not going to change it. It's shitty because it's a good game, and the loot craze is a problem because companies have blood in their mouth now. They see that it works on phones and on tablets.
Look at Take-Two. Coming out and saying that every game that they make from here on out will have microtransactions.
That writing was on the wall, though, once they started putting out multiplayer-only stuff for Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
I'm like, I see where this is going. Like, we're not going to see any single-player stuff from Rockstar for a long time. It's too profitable. And you either get a company that puts it out and it's successful, or you put it out and it flops, a la Star Wars.
Try to warn them.
For the wrong reasons, albeit, but bad press, nevertheless.
Yeah.
I need to really sit down and think about it if I think it's gambling or not. Because I see the elements that would make it that, but then I also snap back into...
Target annihilated.
Escort our troop transports to safety. Our troop transports are making a run for it.
Got him. None will escape.
We've lost our transports. The Resistance will resume their attack on our destroyer.
And
Right.
it comes back to self-control. What can we do to regulate? What have we thought about ways to make this not a problem anymore?
If they take down that deflector shield, the command bridge will be fully exposed. They're targeting the midship deflector. Protect it.
I find a progression balance.
Yeah.
Make it so as long as it's a situation where I can do everything I want in the game and I don't have to make it the only game I ever play for 6 years straight, I'm happy. My biggest issue is it comes down to the main problem of everybody thinks that every single game needs to be a 200-hour long adventure, and it doesn't. There's too many games out for that to be the case. I'm sick of it. I loved Horizon so much, partly because I could platinum it in 40 hours and be done with it. Because there's just too much out, taking my time away, that a game comes out and it's like, well, I need 6,000 hours of your time, and I'm fuck off.
How much time did you put into Destiny?
Enemy fighters have begun their attack run.
550 hours, I think.
Is that game a single player or online game?
It's an online game.
Okay. Do you...
Looks like you could use a hand.
Well, then people like me just need to understand that these games aren't for me now.
At least in the sense of you
Our shields are
getting
back up.
everything
Defend the
in that
deflectors.
type of game. In a timely manner.
They're firing on the front deflector. Stop them.
Like, coming to the realization that this game is going to be constantly evolving and progressing. In Destiny, didn't we talk about having everything as being part of the like of that game?
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll be missed.
Alright, touche.
And as a Star Wars fan, I completely understand wanting everything in this game, because the lore of this game is awesome. Like,
Defend the command bridge.
fucking Kylo Ren swinging his lightsaber at Solo, or friggin' Chewbacca. Like, that shit is cool, and you don't have them right away. But then you also need to take yourself out of that fandom and realize that you're playing a multiplayer game that requires some time into it. Like, the first game had that, and then you realize that you're not working towards anything. It's just there. So there was no, like, why would I keep playing this game? I can just randomly jump in and keep playing.
Yeah.
Shields online. Don't let the Resistance take them down again.
It's the prestige thing as well. So,
The rear
like,
deflector is in.
I have the golden gun and you don't. Why do you have it? Because I put the time into it. Like, I earned it. Now that also goes against my argument, because if you put it out there in loot boxes just to buy, then that negates any reward for having it. But like I was arguing with someone on Facebook about, who cares? You didn't spend any extra money to get it. You earned it. That doesn't make you that reward for earning it any more or less to you. If you're looking at it on a simple piece of paper, like, yeah, they got it the easy way, and they might not be able to use it as well as you, but that sense of accomplishment is for you and you alone. So, it's like, at the end of the day, who cares?
Fair point.
Wait, they're beating us?
The loot problem is a legit thing, though, that at least the industry needs to figure out when and where to do it. Shadow of War got flack for it as well, and it's one of the reasons I didn't play it, because that's a single-player game.
Why is this happening to me?
Yeah. Yeah, that's very fair.
And most people that have played it said that it wasn't intrusive in the sense of them putting it out there and making it seem as if you needed to buy the crates to be better at that game, which they might have struck the right balance between that. But in that game where the chests randomized, you didn't know what you were getting from them, correct? Okay. So there's still some of that
Of the resistance knows no bounds. They will pay for
like
this.
you could get rank A, B, or C gear from this, that type of thing. Okay. Yeah. And if they put exactly what you're getting from it, it doesn't become a loot box anymore. The name just changes. So,
Right.
it's just paid DLC then. I don't know. It's my main anger with this situation is the vitriol that came
All
with
forces
the
repel
situation
the
that I don't think
rebels'
everyone understood why they were angry.
That's very fair.
Like, we brought up various points about why people could be angry, and 30% of it was maybe the loot boxes.
Right.
So, it's like, if you're gonna go out swinging, make sure you're swinging at the right thing.
Yeah.
Their destructive aims are clear. The rebels intend
Speaking
to
of,
disable
you know,
orders
just
guarding the docks.
There's this whole anger thing. Have you followed these past, like, 72 hours, everything going on in Destiny?
I've seen headlines of it, but I didn't look into it because, yeah, it's Destiny, so.
Yeah. Joey, have you heard any of it?
Under attack.
Okay, so essentially, people figured out that if you sat down for like a 4-hour gaming session in Destiny 2, that first hour you were earning, you know, a certain amount of XP on everything, on any activity you would do. And in the 4th hour, they were figuring out that your XP that you were earning was a fraction of what you were earning in that first hour. So they were essentially, they put a soft cap on it and lowered the amount of XP you got, which lowered the number of bright engrams you got, which is, you know, their form of loot boxes in the game. And somebody made this huge long post about it, improving it, and, you know, this is what all this is and everything like that. And Bungie came out and was like, you're right, you know, this was gameplay mechanic we had in place, it's not working as we intended. We've removed this gameplay mechanic effective immediately within the game. So you'll see the same XP gains no matter how long of a session you're playing. And then later that night, people, you know, were doing the research and finding out that, yeah, they removed that, you know, diminishing return type thing. But in the process, they cut your XP gains for every activity in half. So normally it would take you about 80,000 XP points to earn a bright engram. You are now having to earn 160,000 XP to fill up that 80,000 XP bar to earn your bright engram. So it's kind of, you know, fix one problem, put in another, not say you're doing it, and just hope nobody notices, sort of thing.
That would make me, or that makes me more upset than the whole loot box situation.
Ready to attack.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
At
Especially
least,
because, you know, we're a week and a half away from their expansion.
Right. With at least the Star Wars thing, you can make a decision whether or not with how you gain things. Whereas that, you're completely under Bungie's hand.
Yeah. Yeah, and apparently they're gonna address it next week. We're assuming during the stream that they have for the expansion pack about everything. But other than that, this is what we're stuck with. I haven't picked up the game in weeks, but this is shitty.
And not only that, they didn't even say anything about it. If no one figured this out, how long would it continue to be going on? Bungie.
And then to change this, say you're removing it, but they didn't say that they were cutting the XP gains in half. That's essentially just hope nobody notices. Let's see if we can get away with this.
Bungie is the Harvey Weinstein of the gaming industry. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Announcement made.
That's a good hit.
At least in their statement they didn't try and call us gay.
Y-wing bombers. Keep them from reaching the dock.
That's disgusting. People are gross.
I just...
Butts were made for pooping, and pooping is what I'll do.
I'm excited to see, like, what they have to say about all this. I mean, I've already got the season pass for the game. I'm locked into the DLC.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll make me pick up the game again because it's been a very long time since I played. But that's a shit situation.
Super unfortunate. Because up until now, they pretty much had all positive points in terms of the
If they take down
sequel.
the shield generators, our destroyer is
Well,
next.
yes, and
On the whole,
on the whole, I guess you could say it's more positive, but I haven't played in weeks just because there's no reason to play. It's a very unrewarding game, and I think it's mainly their reward system. It's just bullshit.
yeah.
So yeah, I haven't felt the urge to play.
We've eliminated one of their blockade runners.
So, especially with everything else that's out.
Yeah, it's been a super busy year. So I can't blame you.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the help.
What else? What other news? If I wasn't flying a TIE fighter, I would pick it up.
Alright.
The shields around the dock must remain functional. Defend the generators.
And a bunch of loot boxes I gotta buy.
All rebel blockade runners are destroyed.
The,
That should slow them down significantly.
The Game Award nominations for
I voted
The
for some of
rebels
them.
have destroyed a shield
Oh my
generator.
god.
I didn't vote for any of them. I just saw that they were all up. Seems pretty expected.
Speaking of that, where do you feel,
Another shield
PlayerUnknown
generator
Battleground
has
should go?
Not up for Game of the Year because it's not a full release.
I believe Agreed. I'm gonna be super upset if that game gets Game of the Year at all.
Yeah, I mean, that has no business being an argument over Horizon.
Right.
Yeah.
Or any other big releases, but Horizon is definitely.
I think that's all I
That, and it's not like it hasn't been done before. It's kind of like, it's like a Minecraft type thing where the popularity kind of came out of nowhere. I don't understand it.
And that's something where, at this point, it's probably on the list because of the sheer disruption it's created in the industry and the number of players it's garnered.
Only one generator remains. If it fails,
I can't imagine that it's up for serious consideration.
Generators down.
Like I would put it in like its own category, like best.
Is not an option.
I don't even know what you would call that, like a
Battle Royale.
Yeah. Most likely to be a good full game.
The Star Destroyer's
I mean,
shields
I haven't
remain
played it,
intact, but the dock clamps
but
are
I mean, I played
on.
Fortnite and
We
I
must
played for
defend
20 minutes and I was done. It's not my style.
My master will be pleased.
Yeah.
Did you play the Battle Royale in Fortnite, or did you play
Long
full
Calamari
game?
battle cruiser has
The Battle
jumped out
Royale.
of hyperspace.
Yeah, that's
We
right,
can't
yeah,
afford to
sorry.
engage it directly.
Yeah.
Keep up defenses and hold for reinforcements. A Y-wing squadron's initiated its bombing run. Stop them from reaching the dock. Rebel Y-wings have started a bombing run.
Now,
take them out.
to be fair,
Now.
Fortnite is all my students have been talking about
Protect
for like
the
a
Star
month.
Destroyer while we bring them back online.
Are all your students?
Oh.
Fuck
No way.
Pretty much.
No way.
the rest of my kids.
Watch your six.
Well, it's a
You
good
know,
podcast,
at that
guys.
age, the only thing that they all love is multiplayer shit. So,
Yeah.
Right on target.
And if all their friends are playing it, they're playing it. It's the big thing on
Right.
Twitch, so.
Shields are back
Right.
online. Prevent the rebels from disabling the power clamps.
Let's see what else. Someone just kill me so I can look something up.
I've had no problem dying tonight.
Have we seen any movies? Anything?
I've seen Jigsaw.
Okay. That was Jigsaw.
It was good. It was as expected. I mean, the traps were decent. The story was alright.
So
It's about what again. It's about what I expected from the movie.
the torture porn do well.
Pretty much.
Shields down.
There you go. Then.
Defend our
Successful
destroyer
sale.
while we repair the system.
Yes.
What'd you think?
No time for mistakes. Prep pivot. Unacceptable.
Shields restore. Protect those power clamps.
Oh, is that the one with Ryan Reynolds and... How was that?
Take another loss like that, and we're done. I earned my reputation. I'll earn my fee.
That's not good.
I watched Bad Moms last night. That's okay.
They've
I thought
disabled
it was
our
hilarious.
shields
The
momentarily.
original.
Guard the Star Destroyer while we reinitiate systems.
I thought it was hilarious.
We need to rally.
There's also attractive people in that movie, so...
Yeah, I love Mila Kunis. That helps.
Yeah.
Fall back. We have faced a considerable setback this day.
I've seen Blade Runner. I like the Blade Runner a lot. You have to like the first one to even think about liking this one.
I've not seen the first one.
And this one would pretty much kind of be just a weird, existential, futuristic movie. Music was great. I was going to say graphics are great. The graphics in that there movie are fantastic. So lifelike. That movie was good. What else did I see?
I should be getting my movie pass this week.
Are you doing that movie pass thing?
Yeah. They got it down now to $90 a year. So I'm like, well, fuck yeah.
I thought about doing it, but I haven't seen movies as often as...
Far from defenseless.
Figure this is gonna allow me to see The Last Jedi every day. So...
Well, at least...
It's one movie a day. Yeah. Nope.
It is select theaters, though.
But it's every theater around here.
Leading to the rendezvous point.
Our forces won't
I
stand a
was
chance
just
with those
throwing
cruisers in
that out
place.
there.
Commence attack run.
Yeah, well, maybe somebody lives in the middle of butt nowhere, and it doesn't apply to them.
But what if I want to see every movie, Chris? Every movie. I don't want to have to...
Ship can't take much more.
I don't have to spend all this time going out, driving to a specific movie theater. I don't just have everything at my fingertips right now.
Well, you're what we call a millennial.
Skyrim sucks. There you go.
You watch your mouth.
I can't.
Titanic is back in theaters next month.
Let's get in there, Red
That
Prime.
came
Speaking
out
of
of nowhere.
re-releases.
System
Well,
failing.
Is it to celebrate the sinking ship that is our country?
Cover them so they can perform a
Right.
bombing
The
run.
closest theater that has Titanic in theaters is like 110 miles away.
Barely holding it together here.
We'll never get through while those Imperial cruisers are still there. Good work. Our Y-Wings finished their bombing run.
You get to see some
Enemy
naked
numbers down by one.
You could create a Snapchat filter and just have that up the whole time. And have his face just appear on
Come on,
every body.
reinforcements.
Our blockade runners are here. Keep the Imperials off them and they will deal out serious damage.
Oh boy.
So, anyway. Yeah.
I like the second one. I'm not ashamed to admit anything. I pee sitting down sometimes. What of it?
Laziness for the win.
It's a good steampunky movie.
Those people can go kill themselves.
Those people didn't see the one with his son not too long ago.
After Earth?
I haven't seen the latest one where he's seen like the different ghosts and whatnot, but I heard that one's kind of bad as well. Like death and love and whatnot. I don't know the name. Oh, with the orcs and whatnot, like fairy tale type stuff. Let's look at some more news. I was hoping one of us saw Justice League. I just want to see how fucked up Superman's face is. I've seen pictures, but I don't feel like it justifies it unless I see it on the full screen.
On the silver screen? I heard, didn't they get rid of his mustache?
Through CG
Why is this a
means.
thing now?
Time to do our part.
Okay.
So they had to CG his mustache now.
Is it bad?
Fighter destroyed.
Now they also tried to make a compromise where
That's another IOU.
they let him shave it and they just CG in a mustache in Mission Impossible, which, as someone that can use Photoshop and After Effects and whatnot, way easier option. Way easier. Because boy, getting rid of hair on a moving object, near impossible. And boy, does that movie show.
Okay.
Let's get in there, Red Squad.
I do and I don't want to see that movie. I want to see it because there's some legit good action sequences that I've seen. So. But it's also a DC movie, so I'm totally expecting dog shit.
Almost out of this fight. Safeguard those bombers.
Monster.
Today they face a Jedi. In a lot of trouble.
Take down those shield generators. Then we can go after the Star Destroyer.
Spoilers!
See you around, kid.
Yes, there is.
That's the thing that's happening.
Side note, apparently there was a big Devil May Cry 5 leak today.
Today, or because I saw rumors of that like a week or so ago.
Well, I just saw the post today.
Not that shit on your bring up, but do we know any more info about the DMC thing? Other than that it exists.
potential reveal at PSX with PlayStation exclusivity.
That'd be fucking crazy.
It'd definitely count as a big reveal for the event.
I mean, it would make some sense considering they did the Dead Rising exclusively with Microsoft at first.
Yeah.
Another down. Making headway.
So this could be a similar thing where it comes out like
Oh yeah, like the timed exclusive.
Yeah, because that's Capcom's thing now. I'm surprised Street Fighter V hasn't come out.
Our numbers are starting to get thin.
Now, there's still some DLC out there though, so you'd think if they wasn't being supported, or if it wasn't being played, people wouldn't have got DLC for it, but here's like the second season of content release. Regardless, that would be super interesting. I think rumors were like Dante, Virgil, and someone else are playable in that game.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything right off the top about that.
Dante.
Mainly right now the discussion is when are they going to reveal it.
Mm-hmm.
It being an E3 reveal. I don't know, Sony doesn't seem to be hyping PSX up as a big place for reveals. That seemed like that was Paris game this year.
Yeah, those were the pictures I saw. And boy, oh boy. Not good. I mean, what are we really going to see at PSX, though, that they haven't already shown? They kind of blew their load with Paris Games Week.
Right, and that's the thing. I guess Dreams is going to be at PSX.
That's going to win everybody over.
Oh,
I'm interested.
No,
I am interested in that game. Like, don't get me wrong. I will probably play that game. I'm just saying that game is even more obscure than Little Big Planet was when it first came out. And Little Big Planet took off. Like, it took off. But it was still niche enough to be like, oh, that's cool. Little Big Planet is interesting. I'm never going to make anything from that.
Do you think they'll show more of Sucker Punch's IP or wait till E3?
We might get a new, like, trailer. I don't know if we'll see gameplay. If we see gameplay, I'll be super excited. But I also don't know how far along that game is. He'll be back here. Uno momento. Stuff. The gamer boner in me wants to be fully erect for Last of Us, but they did release a trailer for Last of Us, which that's something we can talk about. I forgot that happened.
Yeah. Holy shit, that second photo, that's not really in the movie.
That is movie footage.
Holy shit.
Like I said, I use Photoshop. That is...
We can do it, Red Squad.
Those TIE bombers
Yeah.
must not be allowed to complete their attack run.
Yeah. It's like what thought.
Like, the upper lip part doesn't look bad, it's the jaw thing that it really throws it off. It's like, were you trying to make him look like the Tick? Because you did a good job.
Their TIE bombers are getting through.
Okay, so Last of Us trailer.
I guess this goes back to the...
We haven't had a podcast since
Paris Games Week.
Paris Games Week, have we?
Right.
Okay, so yeah, okay, Last of Us trailer.
I'm in the same vein as I was with the EA thing, where I don't think it needed the hate that it got. If you played the first one, you realize that world is pretty fucked.
Yeah.
So, if you thought otherwise, you aren't playing the same game. But
I'm
Jesus
really pissed at the
Christ.
people who are like, well, it's violence against women, this is bullshit. It's like, what?
Just because someone got her fucking arm hammered, and she was a girl, doesn't mean, like,
they almost raped a 14-year-old in the first game. Are you gonna let that slide? Like,
right. Like, men have feelings.
Can't lose control here.
How,
Only one blockade runner left.
yeah, that was a brutal trailer. That was... It was cringeworthy in terms of, like, the brutality of what they did to that chick's arm.
yeah, I will say, I almost, because Paris Games Week, their presser happened during my classes that day. I almost showed it live. It was like, oh, it's the Sony presser. Let's watch it as a class. And then I thought about it a second time. I was like, you know what? I don't know what they're gonna reveal. This might not be a good idea. I might want to screen things before I show it to the class. Thank God.
That was a good call.
Yeah. Because between that and the Beyond, or the trailer, like...
That was a good trailer, too.
Job. It was.
That was a very good trailer. Like, that was... I got goosebumps for me.
Yeah. Like, I'm so fucking ready for that game.
I don't know if I'm ready for another David Cage game because it's kind of an investment and hit or miss, but
I've loved both games I've played of this so far.
Heavy Rain was good. Beyond was... I didn't play the remaster, or I guess the PS4 version where they put everything in the correct order.
They won't stop shooting me.
I have not either.
Okay.
I have them, I just haven't played them.
Yeah, I didn't play the...
Find me a target or two.
I've only played the PS4 version, so all the out-of-order bullshit.
Heavy Rain made me ball like a baby.
Promise me. Intercept the
Do you know everything?
You're all
What the
Jasoned
fuck?
out.
Looks like they started without us.
That sucks.
Those graphics, though, on the old Last of Us 2,
Oh my god.
insane.
So good. What about trailer for Shadow of the Colossus?
That Shadow of the Colossus, it looks good, because it's in the graphics of Last Guardian, so that's all I really have to say about it. I'll probably... It's $40. $40, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to play it. I probably will play it.
I'm excited because I've never beaten the game.
If I play it again, I will platinum it. That is my only stipulation if I do start it up again, is I will platinum it again. I'm gonna fucking hate myself for it. Because I hate speedrunning.
Only one mine left. Hold the line.
Some of those colossi are very random.
They've cleared the mines we set to hold
Yeah,
them back.
speedrunning
All
is
ships
not made for a
prepare
fun time.
assault.
That's for sure.
Imperial Star Destroyer advancing.
Especially with the Last Guardian. Last Guardian is not... In terms
Very
of trophy stuff.
I continue to say I still don't give a shit about the new Spider-Man game.
Let's get this done.
When did you say this?
I've said this from the beginning.
The Imperials
I don't
advance on
think you
our
did.
I
coaster. We
cannot
need to
find
defend
myself
it. Their ties
to
are
give a
targeting
shit
its
about the
egg-sized
Spider-Man
sensor
game.
clusters.
How dare
Waste
you?
of a good ship.
Why is that?
A TIE bomber squadron's initiating its attack run.
I don't know, because like I loved Spider-Man 2, like the game and everything like that, but like I don't know, maybe because there's so many other things that I'm more excited about. When it comes out, I'll probably be stoked for it, and I'll get it, and I'll probably love it, as long as it's everything we want it to be. But for right now, like I can't get on the hype train with it. It's not that they're doing anything wrong. I just cannot find the excitement for it.
I can understand that, considering everything they've shown plays very similarly to the last couple Spider-Man games that they've released. So, at least in terms of that, I can agree with you on. I'm more hyped with it because it's Insomniac, and they put out high-quality games.
Now, what did they... What's like one of their last big hits? Because I can't think of this other thing. Because I think I'm thinking of Sucker Punch.
They put out Sunset Overdrive.
I didn't really care for.
They did the whole Resistance series. They put out the most recent Ratchet and Clank.
Which was alright.
Just alright, I see.
Sorry.
You must not like good things. He's got you there.
What did I say? If Bethesda was making it, I'd be all over it.
You must be a fan of pink.
We can still do this. For the Alliance.
You must be a fan of pink eye because you're rubbing all that
Not
shit.
sure I'm making it out of this.
Hey, I can't wait to play it on Switch.
Oh my god. I think I just got cancer from that sentence.
The Imperials are targeting the cruiser's defenses.
I'm excited for it. I also Spider-Man is one of my favorite superheroes.
So finally, something you're all fanned out and geeked out over.
I'm not going to blindly buy anything Spider-Man related.
We'll see, this might finally be the thing that I find that I shit all over, for once.
You can shit over that all you want. If it's a shitty game, I'll shit all over it as well. Nothing's safe from, other than Last of Us, or anything Naughty Dog. Nothing is safe from
Other than Last of Us.
from anything I hope to destroy.
So, pretty much, Naughty Dog could shit in your mouth and you'd still love them.
I mean, do they eat a lot of fruit? Because they did. Fucking froyo that right in my mouth. My mouth is the cone. Swirl that shit up.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
You don't have to try it, man. What else did they show off? Well, I guess Sucker Punch's game, which came out of nowhere.
It did. I don't feel like I know enough about it to be excited about it, and I'm not usually excited about Japanese things, so...
It's another one of those situations where it's a good developer, so the hopes are high for me. But not having seen any legit gameplay or whatever the gameplay loop will be, it's hard to be super pumped for it. But I have high hopes. It's Sucker Punch and Infamous.
I do hope they expand upon it at PSX. That would be nice. So not have to wait till E3 to get new info.
Right.
Clear us a path to that.
Well, they shut off the Destiny expansion.
We'll make these rebels pay.
Right, which seems neat.
Yeah, they put out they can put out a good trailer. That's how they got me with the first game.
Right. That's very true.
Do you feel the announcements that they made at PSX were in response to the Xbox One X launching that week.
Paris Games Week.
Yeah, my bad.
Destroy their blockade runners that we can
What do you
press our
mean
attack.
in response to it?
A way to take away some of the attention.
I think it was planned all along. Whether they long-term set it up to do that, I mean, I think you have to. But
right,
if that's what
the
they were
inherent.
doing, I don't think it worked.
That's the inherent goal, to gain attention for your games. But do you feel they pushed so many first-party things as heavily as they did because of that?
Yeah, and I can't exactly say that it was successful, because the Xbox One X's did very well at its launch. It outperformed anybody's projections, so I can't say that Sony was successful with it.
That's fair.
They still have the argument and the winning hand in games to play.
Destroy their blockade
And I
runners.
think they knew that. The
way.
launch of the Xbox One X wasn't going to change that. It didn't change what games were out.
Right. It was more so like gaining the favor of people in what system to buy. But at this point, who doesn't? Well, I can't say that now because apparently PS4s are super hard to come by at GameStop just because they were so friggin' cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy nice.
I'm breaking up!
I thought about buying a second one just for fucking eliminating that price. I'm like, you know what? Don't be dumb.
And I'm the person that goes to GameStop on Thanksgiving to buy a full-price console.
So you have to wait like 30 hours to get it?
No. I got there...
Protect them.
What, they opened at 4, I got there at 3:30, walked in, and bought it.
Now they'll really fall apart.
Oh, well, yeah, felt like it.
Only one remains.
Felt like it. Jesus Christ. If they knew how to work a register there, could have been out right away.
They won't recover from that.
Yeah.
Blockade runners eliminated. All ships advance on the rebel fleet.
Can I say it? I'm looking
Then
at
they
it
didn't
anymore.
even fucking block off the store, so people like had to follow a certain path around the store to get to the register. Right, like yeah, because then people who were directly behind me ended up at the end of the line because other people cut in front of them. Yeah.
Rebel mines protect
You
the
be that
cruiser.
guy and
Destroy
saying,
them and we'll begin our assault.
we're all civilized human beings. Like, fucking self-regulate that shit. Like, be honest. Like, you see... Fuck those stupid fucking
Who the fuck was buying fingerlings?
things. Do you have the purple one? Fuck. What am I gonna put up my butt now?
Well, when I was at the register, this, you know, it was like 5 or 10 minutes after they had already made the call that, you know, PS4s are gone, kind of thing.
That's insane.
And I was at the register paying, and this guy walks in and he's like, "Do you have any PS4s?" And they're like, "No, we sold out." And he's like, "You sold out already? It's 4:15." And they're like, yeah, we got 12. He's like, "You only got 12?"
Eliminate the mines.
I just feel like
We may
that's a
begin
lot.
our assault.
Like, for a doorbuster?
TIE bomber
12's a
reinforcements
lot.
have arrived.
And, you know, sorry that you can't walk in 15 to 20 minutes after doors open and expect to get your hands on a doorbuster. Oh.
Enemy detected.
Right, walked right up to the counter. The store's
Our TIE
packed.
bombers completed their attack run.
And this guy walks right up to the counter. So, and anyways, the guy, I don't even know the kid's name, but the guy who was helping me, he told him no, and the guy was just kept saying, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I'm serious. He's like, are you joking me right now? And the guy's like, no, I'm not joking. So the guy leaves, and I just look at the kid, and I'm just like, why would you joke about that? That's dumb. Like, why would you sit here and mess with him that you don't have something that's in the ad, right? Yeah, I got my Switch, and I fucking left, and I didn't go to another store the rest of the night.
I didn't go anywhere. Boy, was it freeing.
You didn't want to be at GameStop just to be there?
I mean, if I went to GameStop, I would legit want to ring people out. Not because I want to ring people out, because I would see the mass mayhem that has been created by me not being there, and I would feel do that just to get everyone there.
Yeah, well, I don't know where the fuck they got these employees, but they were not ready.
I hired most people there, but I also didn't get to work with them enough to make them where I wanted them to be.
We need to defend them.
So partly my fault, I guess, but also not my fault.
The area is clear. It's time to press our advantage.
Yeah, there was a lot of running around like chicken with their heads cut off. Particularly him. So
it's
That's a hit. My ship's nearly ready.
All forces, target the Mon Calamari cruiser. Disable those sensor clusters to weaken its defenses. Make their victory short-lived.
He's a cool dude. It's just the dominoes didn't line up perfectly because he's a new store manager coming in at probably the most busy time of the year for that store. So being flustered is my first day was a Call of Duty day, and friggin' Black Friday was right around the corner. So like, of course you're gonna be frazzled and totally forget what's going on. So I can't blame him there. It's a learning experience though. Like, that type of thing is hard to get through without knowing the ins and outs of that business.
One more hit and I may be finished.
yeah.
But
Well, I got my Switch. I'm happy.
you're enjoying it, so
The enemy is targeting me.
I fucking love this console. I can't. It really amazes me. I thought I would not like it this much.
Take care of this myself.
well, it's the first time that something is works as advertised,
Yeah.
albeit with some major flaws in my eyes, but it works.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Generally speaking. I just hope they figure out the whole virtual console situation. That'd be nice.
Yeah, well, like we said in the past, the system was released before it was ready, so, but in the state that it released, it still plays games. It has games to play.
Right. And, you know, my first initial reaction, like the first hour that I had it, my thought was, this is what they wanted the Wii U to be when it came out. This is what it should have been. Exactly that.
Nintendo.
So,
Hits and misses.
they are their own worst enemy.
Yeah. They're not competing with anyone but themselves.
Right. And they still lose sometimes.
Like, buy more Raspberry Pis, you fucking idiots. You're already paying people in Thailand 3 cents per hour to make these Super Nintendo shells. Make more of them.
Defend our bombers.
Satisfy those people that are going to play them for 5 minutes and never play them again.
Activating
The Super Nintendo seems to have gone well so far.
In the sense that people right.
Glory to the
Yeah,
Empire.
they had like 3 of them.
Its defenses are
We were
down.
there like the
Now
day
deliver
before,
a finishing blow.
and I saw 3 in the
Target the
box.
rear engines.
So they're supplying them. Definitely, probably at double the rate that they supplied the NES.
Right.
So. Weird.
Fall back. The battle is lost.
What else?
Game release wise, though, we're pretty much done for the rest of the year, aren't we?
Yeah.
The only thing I know left that I care about is Doom VR.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I believe it. I think that's it, really. We'll have PSX here soon, so hopefully that'll have some announcements.
Hopefully.
And then, yeah, hopefully some juicy ones and not just like, here's all the stuff we showed at Paris.
Well, they did say that stuff on the floor, there was some stuff that they couldn't list yet because it hasn't been announced. So, that's reassuring.
And that stuff could just be gameplay. Like a playable demo of something, so...
Could.
Not to be a...
Who knows, maybe we'll finally get a
negative.
release date on Kingdom Hearts 3.
Or Final Fantasy 7.
Ugh.
You watch your mouth.
I know. But hopefully, yeah, juicy details.
It's just, it came at a bad time. Paris Games came at a bad time. In terms of the people that are going to PSX.
Yeah.
There's of course going to be people that kind of, why did I even go this year? Blah, blah, blah.
Fuck over it. Not every year can have a big drop like The Last of Us 2.
Right. I want all the trailers unlocked at one time. Is there anything else we want to discuss? Any other controversies?
Sure there is, but I can't think of it.
I mean, I enjoy Watchmen. Is it still hanging on there? Can they bring him back to life and then... Oh. Jesus. The scariest of characters. Oh. Racism aside.
Oh, two things that I've, throughout this whole process of playing these things, right, that I've noticed annoy me, with Battlefront, getting locked out of earning credits offline, on the offline modes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's annoying. And the in-match voice acting is shit, which was a problem last year, or last game.
Are you talking about for the campaign?
No, because I'm not doing campaign. Like, I'm in arcade mode, and, like, the lines that Kylo Ren says, like, in the match, doesn't sound like him.
I mean, I wouldn't say at all. Like, there was only...
No, it doesn't sound like him.
Luke sounded a little weird, but I know full well that's not him, of course. He's the only one that sounded strange. Everyone else seem okay.
See, I think Kylo Ren's an awful attempt.
But I'm also not an audiophile like you are.
I don't think I am.
You're this particular situation. Not only is it the audiophile, but it's the Star Wars thing. So it's double force.
Pun intended.
Yeah. The biggest thing for me is the start menu. It says, "What are star cars?" and that's star cards. Like, what the fuck is that? It's been like that since launch. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now. That's stupid.
Whatever. The game is fun. I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed it. Now's the grind.
Yeah. Now let's see if you enjoy it next time.
I can already tell you that I'm not going to enjoy it next time, because I'm doing what I do with every fucking game. And getting everything in it.
Ugh. So, yeah. So the next one's gonna be Game of the Year?
Most likely, I'm not sure if we'll have one for PSX, but we'll most guaranteed have at least one more this year.
Cool.
And it'll be in 3D. Barring no crazy situations happening that keep us from doing that, but it will be in 3D.
Yay!
Oh, holy shit, Adrian's not here. Oh my god. Yeah, we probably should have announced that right when we started. He's got some personal stuff that he couldn't make it this time, everyone, so... If you were waiting to know where he was at up until now, sorry it's at the end. But hey, got you to stay the whole time though, didn't we? Well, if you never listen to us again, I wouldn't put it past you. But don't do that, because we're cool.
Goddamn.
If you want to hear the most outrageous shit come out of people's mouths, this is a place to be.
Touché.
I think we were pretty light on the vulgarity, crazy shit happening, crazy shit being said this episode.
Yeah, for the most part. Definitely been worse episodes.
Yeah, this one we really only talked about hating gays.
See, from now on we can just blame Adrian.
I guess so. And then what are you playing after that? Take a break. Okay. I should play something else, but South Park, or not South Park, Star Wars needs to be out of my system. I mean, those choices were pretty insignificant from the get-go anyway. Like, that game didn't hinge on that particular choice. It was... Yeah. Weird. Yeah, maybe next time we can talk about some more movie stuff. Maybe the Doctor Who special will be out.
In all honesty, other than the PSX one, Last Jedi will probably be out.
Oh yeah. I am beyond excited for that. You might not be able to hear it in my voice, but fully erect, having spoken those words.
And however many days after the release of that movie our podcast is, that's how many times I will have seen it.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I saw seven or 8 times. So...
That is insane.
Yeah. Well, I also saw it once at the Science Center on the big IMAX screen.
Well.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen a movie in theaters multiple times.
There might be one
Once?
even for me.
No, twice.
Destroy their blockade runners. Then we can press our attack.
I saw Wally 3 times.
A TIE bomber squadron has joined us. Protect them during their attack run.
What movie?
Taking too much damage.
Oh. I thought you said John Wick.
We got an enemy on your tail. Good work. Our TIE bombers finished their attack run.
Da Vinci Code and Memoirs of a Gay
Lost a group of TIE bombers. Protect them.
Really?
That movie's fantastic.
All I know, the only thing I know about that movie is that John Williams.
Rebel blockade runner eliminated.
It's fantastic. Are we all going and seeing Star Wars together? Albeit on like a normal day, not like 30 days before it comes out.
Yeah, just let me know when you want to go and I'll be there.
It's a Friday release, right? Or are they doing something weird?
Thursday night. Yeah, it's a Friday release, but Thursday night, so I already got it. But if like you wanted to go to like the fan event, I could be there. And then I technically see it at the 6 o'clock showing, and then just have to be there for like 5 o'clock.
How much is it, like? Soul, 2 siblings, and your fucking mortgage to see that one?
Pretty much. The 6 o'clock showings are $30.
Jesus Christ.
That's why I'm not going.
It's like Disney, you're already gonna get my money tenfold. Probably. It's the only real way to keep it. Speed limit is gonna stop them.
Oh.
Rebel mines for...
Okay, hold on. Have you guys been watching the show South Park? Like, are you caught up? What about you, Vaughn?
Not in the slightest.
Joey, am I like alone in thinking that South Park is in a very good place right now with the show? Okay, because I'm... Yeah, like this past episode with Heidi and everything.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to be paying off.
You talk about the core group of boys?
Yeah. The girl.
We'll continue without... Waiting orders.
Eliminate the mines so we may begin our assault.
Target down.
No.
My ship's becoming non-functional.
It'll all come around.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, that's all I had.
Okay, well, don't forget to follow us on our various social media outlets. No loot boxes required.
Right. Be sure to buy Skyrim on your favorite platform.
It's coming out on tablets here soon, so get it on that, I guess.
I can only own it on my phone. I'd be that.
And you would play just the same, so no faults for that.
Goddamn.
The worst part is, you agree with me.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And I give you a bonus point for having the resolve that you do. I couldn't. I don't do it.
Yeah.
Played that game once. Never again.
But in VR, you have to pick it up once or twice.
If that game was gifted to me, I'd burn it.
My business.
In front of them. In front of them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Wouldn't even return it. If you're gonna waste your money, I'll waste it in front of you.
Alrighty.
Okay. Hit us up on the website, YouTube. Use those Amazon links, please. Buy your shit
Our
on the
numbers
website.
run thin. Finish this quickly or we'll need to withdraw.
Be back hopefully soon, if not before the end of the year, to hear what we like to play. Your VJ.
See ya.
That works out. I don't like that.
Fall back. The battle is lost.
Oh, we're out.